come on in because we are here reviewing Ready to Love, Make a Move, Season 1. We're on episode 7, y'all. We're on episode 7. Yes, I'm in a new location temporarily. I got some work going on over in my house. And so I'm in my guest house. I got this little guest house. So I'm over here right now filming this because it's too noisy over there. But before I get deep into this video, I want to encourage you guys all to go back and listen to the caller video, the caller that sent in, the young lady who needed the auntie and uncle advice. She called in. I know the sound quality is low. You know, it came across very low. I tried to enhance it to make it even louder, and that was the best I could do. But I'm going to be doing a live tomorrow to answer the young lady's questions because I got time tomorrow on Sunday. I'm going to do it at 5 o'clock Pacific time, which is 8 o'clock Eastern time. I hope some of you guys will join me in the live discussion because we're going to be talking about not only giving her advice, but we're going to talk about some of the very things that she brought up. So we're going to schedule that for tomorrow. So if you got time tomorrow evening, Sunday, after you finish your normal Sunday stuff, come on over and join me in the live chat on my channel at 5 o'clock Pacific, 8 o'clock Eastern time. But let's get into this Make a Move number 7. I'm calling it two liars and a keeper. Two liars and a keeper. We're going to get to the liars, but first we're going to start with the keeper, and that is Cam. I'm happy for Zadia, y'all. I'm happy for Zadia. And let me tell you something where I was proud of Zadia, because we know Zadia loves to complain. But I was very happy that when Cam showed up to her birthday party with a gift, that she didn't give him a lot of snide and nasty remarks and complaining, because we know Zadia got that part in her. I was happy to see that she welcomed them with open arms. I was happy to see that when she accepted the gift, she actually seemed more interested in the fact that he was there and not necessarily what was in the gift. Did y'all notice that? You know, when he brought the gift, she didn't say, "Oh, let me see what you got me." What she was really happy for was that he was there. And he's actually expressing some of the same thing with her. He's saying, you know, I got a lot of work to do, and I'm actually creating time for you. Not just making time. He says, I'm actually creating time. I'm carving out stuff for you. Because even though sometimes it feels hard and difficult for me to do that, all I do is think about you, and then when I see you, it's all worth it. Cam is a keeper, and I'm not saying he's a keeper because he's perfect. I'm not saying that. But right now, he is doing absolutely enough to stay a keeper. And I really hope that Zadia understands that, because like I said before, Zadia wants a whole lot, but I'm not for sure Zadia is really in tune with what she's going to need to sacrifice and give up. Because any man who's out here grinding and trying to build, he's busy, Zadia. He's doing a lot of things. And then Zadia also wants a man that has a nice body. Girl, men get nice bodies by going to the gym. So you want a man that goes to the gym and spends hours in the gym, but also spends hours at work, working and grinding and building businesses, but you still want that same man to have a whole lot of time for you. It's just unrealistic. It really is. I don't know why Zadia wants a man with a lot of time on his hands anyway. What do they say? What's the old saying? An idle mind is a devil's workshop. You don't need to have no man with a lot of time. Men with a lot of time, they get in trouble, Zadia. Men with a lot of time on their hands and a lot of free time, they get in trouble. Don't you know about no little boys? You got to keep little boys busy. You got to keep little boys busy with something to do, because if you don't, they get in trouble. And let me tell you, they don't grow out of it as men. You want your man booked and busy. That's what you want. You don't want him sitting around with a whole lot of free time to come up with mischievous stuff to get into. You want him booked and busy. At least if he's going to be away from the home, he better be away from the home making some money and not get into no trouble. I really hope Zadia is loosening up. I hope she's loosening up. I hope she'll consider maybe even having a long distance relationship with Cam in the beginning. And then maybe once they feel comfortable, maybe she'll feel comfortable actually moving to New Orleans and being with him. But I think he's a keeper. I think he's genuine. I think he's taking this process seriously. I don't think he's here just to extract from Zadia. And I hope that Zadia can soften it up enough. I hope that Zadia can be kind enough and gentle enough and patient enough with this man, because I do think that he's actually really trying. And she went out on this double date with Shereese, And Shereese didn't have no keeper, so she was like, I should get first dibs. And Zadia was like, you can have first dibs. And once Zadia realized that the guy she was paired up with was a personal trainer, and he talked about how busy he was, she says, dang, another busy man. Yes, Zadia, that's what it looks like. Another busy man. You can't have it all, Zadia. You can't have a soft life, a man with a body, a man out here grinding and making a lot of money to give you the soft life, and then have a whole lot of time to be with you every minute of the day. Zadia, get some friends. Get some girlfriends. That's what you're supposed to do as a female. Build your village. Get some girlfriends that you can talk to, that you can do little things with while your man is busy making money. And then when he's free, you spend time with them. That's how it works. That's how it works for people with men who make money. The women free themselves when the man's available. When he's busy and he's working, you got plenty of time to do things for yourself. I really don't know what the problem is. Why you want a man all up under you all the time? No, do what you need to do. Take care of business. And when he says, hey, I got some time, let's do something, let's take a trip, let's do this, then you go on ahead and you do that. It doesn't mean that you're second fiddle. It doesn't mean that he doesn't love you. It doesn't mean any of those things. It means that he's trying to provide a future for you and your potential family, whether Zadia decides or they decide together they're going to have children or not. Like I said, you don't want a man with a whole lot of idle time. Trust me, you don't want that, Zadia. You don't want that one bit. Poor Shereese. I thought Shereese was going to bring back Marcus. I was like, oh, bring him back. Bring him back. But no. She went out on another blind date with another gentleman that I don't think it's going to work with him either. But at least she got rid of lying Mazel. Woo, Mazel is a liar. Like I said, 2 liars and a keeper, and Mazel is one of the liars. And he sat up there in front of Shereese's face and Vernisha's face and lied, and Tamika's face too. So he lied to 3 women all at the same time. You know you a liar when you lie not to 1, not 2, but 3 women all at the same time. And not only are you a liar, not even a good liar, because what did you think? Did you think these women were going to talk to each other? I don't know what Mazel was thinking. Mazel said he was confused. He said, I thought I was supposed to talk to multiple women. You know what? I'll say this. I did watch the video, the interview Chris Alexo did with Keith. Remember Keith? And Keith did a video with Chris Alexo, a short little interview. And he said that he actually thought when he first came on the show, he was being chosen for the Ready to Love version, where you do have a choice between multiple women. He said that's why he came on. He said that Shereese really wasn't his type, and he thought he was going to have access to all the women, and it got switched up on him. And next thing you know, he was being picked over by or by one woman, and he said he didn't like that. He didn't like that at all. But you know what? Come to find out, Shereese did the good thing in getting rid of Mazel, and she did the good thing getting rid of Keith. Because I found on that interview that Keith likes to date married women. He said like 3 of his last women he dated were all married women. Something is wrong. So she did good at getting rid of him. And she did good as well as getting rid of Mazel and sending him packing through the door. And then she also did well getting rid of a drunk Danzy in love. Because let me tell you, when a man gets drunk like that on a first date or whatever you want to call this, that's signs to come. Go ahead and get rid of him too. So she got rid of all of them. I don't know where this is going to leave Shereese. Shereese is going to be going home back to Miami single and empty-handed. She should have called back Maurice. I'm telling you, at least Maurice could fly her back out every once in a while and they can have a good time. She should have stuck with them. I'm telling you, she should have stuck with Maurice. I don't know if she's regretting it just because he didn't talk. Girl, please. Now you find out all these other men, they open up their mouths, but all that's coming out their mouths are lies. You should have stuck with Maurice, because at least he wasn't telling you a bunch of lies. Because I don't see Shereese being with this other guy. What was his name? Trey or something? I forget what his name was. Will. I think it was Will. I actually liked Will all on his own. But I don't think that he would be a match for Shereese. I don't think Shereese would like the idea of, like she said, a man with a young child. Her child is 6 years old. He seems like a good man. He seems like a good, in the community. He seems like he's got a heart to help people. But he might be a keeper for another woman out there. If you in New Orleans, You see Will on here, you might want to call Will up, drop down in his DMs or something, because off the bat, he seems like he's worth a second date. He absolutely does. I just don't think that he's a match for Shereese. But I think he seemed like he presented himself well enough that another woman in New Orleans, you might want to drop down in his IG, in his DMs, and at least see what's going on. Go ahead and be like Sweet Tea over on Married to Medicine. Drop down in there and say, hey, I can give you what you want. I can give you what you need. It worked for her. It worked for her. She said she liked his communication. You know, he was very forthright. He had a good conversation. She liked the conversation because she didn't have to work much and come up with too much conversation. Because Shereese, even though I see Shereese can sometimes chime in a conversation, I don't think Shereese knows how to keep conversation going. So she needs a man that has a lot of it, because I don't think that she's that good with it herself. And she also needs a man that's going to stay positive, because she needs to be able to keep her on track to stay positive. Shereese needs a lot from a man. She needs him to be good looking. She needs him to be suave. She needs him to be debonair. He needs to have good conversation. Shereese needs a lot from a man, but I think what Shereese needs to start doing is she needs to start becoming some of those things, so that way she isn't trying to get everything from one man. But so far, I'm losing hope for Shereese. What she got on the table right now, and I'm losing hope. I'ma still hold out that Maurice might come back, because as much as people may not like him, he is the best fit for her so far. Vernisha dumped Mizell too. She dumped him when she realized how much he was lying. She should have never given her her number. She should have never given him her number, period. But at least she figured it out fast enough before she actually went out with him. But I'm a little bit surprised that it took that long for Vernisha to even make that decision, because she said she had lots of conversations with him. They're texting back and forth. And it wasn't until everyone started, bending their neck and looking at her side eye and looking at Mizell that she realized, oh, he is a liar. Maybe I should not choose him. Exactly, Vernisha. You should have never given him your number. He was trash from the beginning, and she should have seen that. But she said she liked him because he had swag. I'm still so confused with Vernisha, y'all. I'm so confused with Vernisha. I know earlier on we started talking about her attire, the way, that's confusing, because she says stay-at-home mom, but then she doesn't really dress like a stay-at-home mom. She dresses more like she likes to go out a lot. And then we had her friend Liz come on to say, no, Vernisha's not really a person at home a lot. She doesn't get home till late. She does a lot of things out and about, appearances or whatever. And then she gets Tabari, and Tabari's outgoing. He's got a lot of confidence. He seems fun. And then Vernisha says, no, he doesn't know how to be serious. And then she says she doesn't want a man where everybody's laughing at him. I don't think people were laughing at Tabari. They may have been laughing with him. I think that's a different. I don't think that he was a clown. So I'm confused about that as well. I thought she wanted to be fun and outgoing because she's at appearances. So if you're going to appearances and you're out and about a lot, you're going to want a man who also knows how to mix and mingle and talk to other people. Because if you don't, when you go out with him, he's going to be sitting over in a corner not having anything to talk about while you're busy doing work. And then he's going to be mad at you because you're not talking to him. So I'm really confused on what type of man Vernisha wants. Do you want a man that's outgoing, or do you want a homebody? And then she says she loves that Tabari has a free spirit and he's outgoing. And then she says, yeah, because sometimes I don't know how to live life. Sometimes I forget to live life. And I'm thinking, what? I thought you said you like to go out. You want an outgoing. Now you're saying sometimes you forget how to live life. Are you saying because you're always working? Ugh. I see why Vernisha's having a problem attracting the guy that she wants. Because I'm going to tell you right now, it is very unclear who Vernisha is. And it is very unclear what Vernisha wants. It is very, very unclear. She gives a lot of mixed messages. She gives mixed messages not only to what she's looking for in a man, she gives mixed messages onto who she is. And let me tell you, that is a recipe for disaster if you're trying to come together with someone. Because first of all, we don't know who you are, and we don't even know what you want because your messages are so conflicting. But she said she's going to keep Tabari. Of course, we know that. She said the other guy was way too young. He was way too young. I mean, she was straightforward. He says, oh, can I get your number? She says, well, she said she told that man, if we need to contact you, we know how to do it. Woo, Vernisha, she can cut them off. She can cut them off. Vernisha, that's another conflicting message. Vernisha comes off like she's sweet and she kind, but Vernisha got a sharp tongue and she can cut you with it. I'm telling you, I really do see Vernisha's problem now in dating because there are conflicts, there are incongruent messages that she sends about herself, her personality, and also what she's looking for and what she wants in her life. Right now, I tell you, I'm just confused. And you know who else is just confusing? Ashley. I ain't never seen nobody want to break up with a man, but then chasing him. Ashley is both breaking up with a man and chasing him at the same time. Boy, I tell you, you talk about what's the term out here? Quiet quitting. Quiet quitting at jobs when people say, I'm not going to quit the job, but I'm just going to come to the job. I'm not going to do not a doggone thing. And I'm going to make these people fire me. And I just keep coming to work, but I don't do nothing. And as long as they want to pay me, I'm going to sit here. But it's called quiet quitting. Quiet quitting is Kirsten. Kirsten showed up. They must have called him up and said, you need to come here for your final paycheck. They must have said, you know what? Are you a no call, no show? Because you need to come here for your final paycheck. Because when he sat there with Ashley, he was doing his best to get fired. He really didn't want to be here even at the last round of elimination. He said, I don't even know why this woman had me come back. This time, he was like, girl, just get to the firing. You could see it all over Kirsten's face. He couldn't wait for Ashley to fire him, and Ashley sitting up here giving him a lecture. He don't care, Ashley. He does not care. You talk about Ashley not being able to read a room. She don't even got to read the whole room. We're asking her right now to read one man. One man, Ashley. Forget about reading the entire room. Concentrate reading on one man, and the man is saying, I don't want you. I don't care how you feel. Can you please just fire me? He ain't calling you. He ain't texting you. He ain't having no conversation. Like you said, you're not even fighting for me because he wants to be fired. What is so hard about this, y'all? He wants to be fired, but she don't get it. She don't get it one bit. I need you to fight for me. Why? Ashley's like a kid giving a tantrum. Please pick me up. Please give me some attention. Please see me. Please give me what I want. And if Ashley were telling you this story and you didn't even see this show, she will be giving you a whole nother story. She will make it out as if she is some type of victim. She's really not a victim of Kirsten because Kirsten has told her he don't want her. She's becoming a victim because she don't know how to go away. She's becoming a victim because she doesn't know how to go away. And the next thing you know, she'll start talking about what Kirsten did to her, and then she'll become the victim. If y'all not questioning Ashley's story about Alex from Ready to Love, y'all missing a point. You guys are missing a point. Somebody sent me to a video on an old Ready to Love with Ashley, and it was a video done by Alex's sister. And basically, when you start to hear Alex's family side of the story with Ashley, which they did a very good job not bashing her. But if you listen to the video, you could read between the lines that they basically had to kick Ashley out of their way. That's what happened. So this whole story that Ashley tells about how bad Alex treated her, you come to find out that Alex really didn't like Ashley like that. And I believe it's another scenario just like now that Ashley was inserting herself and hanging on to a person that had told her plenty of times before that he did not really want to be with her. Now, did he think she was a nice girl? Yes, but he didn't want to be with her. And I'm not saying all those things she said weren't true about the issues with him. I think those things were true about him as well. But the point of the matter is, Alex's whole family had to get rid of Ashley, to the point where I think they had to have a conversation with her and said, stop using my brother's illness to go on TV, to get interviews, to get more attention on you. Do not use his story and his illness, revealing information about him being sick, HIPAA laws, so that you can be out here doing interviews and getting more attention on yourself. And even Alex said Ashley was for herself. And that is what I told you guys, what I've noticed about Ashley. Ashley uses situations to make it be about her. Because right now, Kirsten wants to leave. Kirsten wants to get out of here. And what Ashley is doing is, no, I want to use this moment to have more attention on me. Give me more attention. I want this moment. Let him go, Ashley. Let him go. And then Ashley said, well, even when she was talking to Mika, Oh, he's so good looking. He's so good looking. That's the only thing Ashley could say about Kirsten, was how good looking he was. Why? So he can be arm candy for you, Ashley? Why? Why is Ashley still trying to hang on to Kirsten, talking about you don't text me, you don't call me, when the only good thing she could say about him was that he was good looking? Why is that her only criteria? So that he can be arm candy for her? That's what I'm thinking. So she can say, look at me, look at this good looking man I got. So what if he's a dog? So what if he doesn't treat me well? But he's with me, he's on my arm. See how he want me? I think the shine is for Ashley, y'all. I really do. Ashley said, you know what? I think I deserve more to Kirsten when she going on about her speech. He's like, I think you do too. And he took a drink of that water. He said, are we done yet? Because I'm done with this water, so I really need to be done with this conversation too. Woo, woo, woo. That was horrible, y'all. That was horrible. But I don't have any sympathy or empathy for Ashley. Because now I'm starting to realize this is for Ashley. This ain't for nobody else. Tamika had to call up Don so Don could come on over and rescue Ashley. He says, I'll be right there. I'll put my cape on and come over to rescue her. Ashley was so happy. He says, Don's been really stepping up. He's been calling and texting her 3 times a day. She's loving all the attention. And then he showed up for her well. She's happy. He's happy. He said, we're going to level up. She goes, well, what's leveling up? She says he wants to build a solid, a deep friendship that can eventually progress into a relationship. Don gonna have Ashley in friendship mode for a long time. Did y'all hear that? It sounds like the friendship is gonna be real long, and then eventually maybe we can go into the relationship. But who cares? Who cares? Because like I said, this episode is called 2 Liars and a Keeper, and the other liar is Don. Why the heck? Why the heck would Don not bring up he was married before? And what's wrong with saying that you was married before? Ashley wouldn't have cared if Don was divorced. He act like he's telling some big taboo secret. A lot of men are divorced. What would have been wrong with Don saying he was married before? That is so weird that he lied about something like that, which tells you, what else is he lying about? He lying about a lot of other stuff too. 2 liars and a keeper. He over here trying to keep Ashley in the game, cooking her dinner, trying to impress her with dinner. They playing this card game, talking about toys in the bedroom. Do you like toys in the bedroom? And then she pulled the card that said, who's hurt you and what have you done to heal? And he basically said he ain't never been in no healthy relationship. Do y'all see the red flags swirling around? Do you see the red flags swirling around? He said each relationship gets worse. Each relationship gets worse. And now he's sitting in front of Ashley. Oh, good Lord. Woo! He said he has never been in a healthy relationship, and each relationship seems to get worse as time goes on. And now he's sitting in front of Ashley. Don ain't ready for no relationship. Both of these people, both Don and Ashley, need to go off, and they both need to heal. They both need to figure out some stuff before they get with anyone, let alone trying to get with each other. They can't be with each other. They can't even give each other what they need because, listen, they barely got enough for themselves. They got some stuff they need to figure out. So here we are with 2 liars and a keeper. The only one I got hope for is Zadia. I hope Zadia don't fumble. I hope she doesn't fumble. And I hope she and Cam try to find some way to keep it going, to keep moving the ball forward, even if it may not be as fast as Zadia likes or to the degree Zadia likes. But in the end, Zadia might have to be the one to make a bigger move. Maybe that will come after time. But that's it, y'all. That's all I got. Please come back tomorrow on Sunday and catch me in the live, like I said, at 5 o'clock Pacific, 8 o'clock Eastern time, so we can talk about this dilemma that the young lady has that the caller called in about. And if you haven't watched the video, I'm going to leave the link here right above my head. You can go watch it. Put the subtitles on, because what I hear is if you put the subtitles on, you can actually read what she's saying when the voice starts to kind of fade in and out. That's it with y'all. I'll talk to you later. Bye.